Ooh, it's nice, smooth. Reminds me of a highlighter color. A very nifty product. You guys always ask, and we're finally coming out with something. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 80s, 90s totally reminds me of like using highlighter to color in my nails. Hi everyone. It's Tiana again, and today means that it's a Maniology live day. So thank you so much for joining me. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome. So before I begin, I just wanted to remind you guys about clicking the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these lives. And so you can join in the conversation or the tutorial instantly. So I've been watching and I've been scrolling, and checkered nails are a thing. So I thought it would be really cool to do a checkered nail art. And I mean, you know, this style has been in, but I'm jumping on the 90s train, and I thought it was just relevant too because I am actually a child of the 80s, growing up in the 90s, and they were definitely in. So not only that too, but I'm actually a fan of Vans too, which this look is totally, you know, reminds me of the signature Vans checkered look. So but I'm gonna spice it up a little by using like a neon palette. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can achieve this neon checkered nails. And here's a sample. I was just kind of playing around and stuff. I'm not gonna be using these colors per se, but give me some hearts if you guys are interested, and let's just jump right into it. So today I am using our Heat Wave color palette. So I will swatch them out for you because I'm going to be using 5 out of 6 of them. So let's just start off here using Teeny Bikini. So Heat Wave is actually part of our regular color palette. I'm sorry, regular polish. So this is not stamping polish. And ooh, it's nice, smooth. Reminds me of a highlighter color. Next color I'm gonna swatch is called Sunset. Just, I don't know if you guys can kind of see like how creamy and beautiful these colors are. Totally reminds me of like, so I remember being in class and using whiteout on my nails, putting them underneath my nails for like a, you know, French manicure, or using highlighter to color in my nails. Peace sign is this very, it's like a sour apple green, I guess. Kind of reminds me of. Really easy to go on. And the next one is called Beachin. This reminds me of like a cobalt blue. It's let me swatch out the last color for these tips. So, oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot this. This one is called Polarized, and this is like a beautiful violet purple. Now, so far, I've only used one coat, you know, because these are regular polish, I guess you could shear them out, but let me bring this up a little bit closer so you can see, but this is just one coat. That's pretty good. I think the green, because, you know, I can see some sheerness in my polish strokes, but that's probably the only one. The last color in the bunch in the set is called Banana Boat. So this one, because it's a yellow, yellows pretty much always tend to be sheer, and I'm only gonna assume that it's just really light with just one coat too. Mm. Now this is totally fluorescent, like highlighter yellow. Actually, that one's not that sheer. Seems pretty opaque to me. Of course, if you go in with your standard 2 coats, it'll totally be opaque. Not bad, because this is not even on a white background. These are like natural colored tips. So, do you guys see what I'm working on? Okay, so I know in the past, many have asked, you know, because we use like these stands and everything. And so later on this week, wink, wink, we're actually going to be releasing this. So I'm actually showing you guys this ahead of time and doing a little sneak peek. So we are launching this new product, which is going to be this nail tip stand, which is really good if you have like ideas, you really want to see them in action, and you want to maybe do them on some tips before you try it out on your own nail. And this set comes with 2 of these acrylic bars, okay, that have these magnetic stands here. And you'll also get 5 of these black stands. These are plastic. And this will also come with a magnetic like tin canister where you can, you know, prop up your stands here as well if you wanted to work on this. Then you have a little container to put all of your little stands that are magnetic in here. So this is a set. I do want to mention that I actually tested this with 100% acetone. It's not acetone resistant, but still a very nifty product. You guys always ask, and we're finally coming out with something. So there you go. I don't know what you guys think. Love these colors. They're so pretty. Okay. Let me move that on the side. Okay, let me just kind of test them out. They definitely seem like they're drying up. Okay. So before I go on, so you guys are very interested. I see some people who already have their nail plates. But before I jump in, I want to give you guys some other ideas aside from checkers, or because I think we have a lot of cool plates that you could use instead of a checkered design. So here's one. It's called M085. And you can definitely see that we have a checkered pattern here. Today, I'm going to use this plate, M156, and this is, I believe, from our Teenage Dream plate design. But if I look at the 2, the one on M085 is a lot smaller checkers. So my recommendation, I guess, if you have small nails or you want more of the checkered design, perhaps maybe you could go with this, but I definitely wanted to go with like a bigger checker. So there's that, but there's a lot of other cool patterns on here you could use. Like there's this diamond pattern that totally just reminds me of like a Joker. So there's this. This plate has a lot of really cool designs too. So these 2 plates come from our Music City line, and so there's so many designs here. I actually was going to use this one, but I decided to go with checkered because I know it's like super popular. But I can show you nail look, and it's using the same concept, except I use that swirl pattern. I thought this really came out nice, and maybe I'll end up doing it for myself for summer because it's a super cute summer design. So here's this pattern, but I think pretty much like almost any of these would be kind of fun to do if you wanted to stamp instead of checkered. Here's this pattern. This is a super cool replacement for a checkered because it does have like a checkered, like vortex-y looking kind of design. Okay. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use M156, and let me go ahead and set up my area before I get started stamping. So what I'm gonna do is stamp a lighter pink, a soft pink over the neon pink. So the pink that I chose is called Candied Spirit, and it's like a kind of a Pepto-Bismol-y, maybe a little bit more pink in it. It's not as milky as Pepto-Bismol. And today I'm also going to be using our monocle stamper, and the reason for that is because these have like straight lines and I need kind of a little more surface area, something that's going to really help the design to lay a little bit flatter. I hope that makes sense, but I'm going to show you. Okay, so with a design like this, you don't want to dig out the polish, so you have to make sure that you're scraping at a flatter angle cleanly. Take your monocle stamper here. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. That kind of shifted on the tip, but there's one. This, you're definitely going to want something to clean off your stamper because we're going to be doing a lot of stamping. So I just have my sticky stamper station and I'm ready to go. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean off the plate. Next color I'm going to use is called Flashdance, which is like this really kind of electric orange salmon color. Really beautiful. So with the monocle stamper, it just seems it's just better for picking up straight lines for stamping, because with the other stampers they're soft, not softer, I'm sorry, it's smaller. The surface area is smaller, whereas this one, because it's larger, it sits flatter on the nail. And of course, if you're doing this, you would put down like some poly peel or something onto your nail to eliminate cleanup. But because I'm doing this on tips, I'm just going right on. Okay, next color, I have like this soft sage. Actually, that's the color of the polish, called soft sage. Okay, again, flat scrape, clean scrape, pop, and we're just gonna pop it on. So don't worry if you have you know, parts of your design that look like the polish didn't come off. We can fix that later with a detail brush. So to stamp on the blue, I'm going to use Doll Dance, which is like a soft, almost like a gray blue. I chose like a pastel like palette. Okay, and this, because there's a lot of etched areas, I'm just covering the whole design. So I know for some of you it might seem like I'm taking my time, but I guess I just have my rhythm when I stamp. There you go, that's the blue. So first things first, I think for, I saw a comment, that's why, get your rhythm down. You know, stamping definitely takes practice, but once you get your rhythm down, I think it'll be completely fine. And I guess there is probably an element of the fact that I have been stamping for a long time, but you know, everybody has bad stamping days, so you know, myself included. But I do recommend making sure your area is conducive for stamping. It's organized, especially if you're going to use multiple colors like I have. Sorry, I was just taking some thinking here. I'm not going to do it with all the nails, just because I think once I do it on one, you can kind of get the general idea. of how to fix. But let's see. I have my detail brush here, so I'm just going to use this detail brush. Okay. Oh, why is it shaking? Sorry, guys. Okay. So let's see. Let's do the orange. I think you can, yeah, let's do the orange. I think you can see the orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix these designs. So you see how like there's little pockets of polish missing over here? Okay, so I'll use this as a sample. And because I have to clean this plate, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this as like my little place to grab some polish, okay, onto my detail brush. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of dab it in those areas where I need to kind of fix the checker. Okay. So you really don't need a lot because you're just filling in these areas. So you see what I'm doing? Now you don't see all those little missing polish pieces. Okay, so you're gonna notice that maybe there is a little bit of texturing, but don't worry, once we put our smudge-free top coat, you won't be able to see that. Okay. Okay, I think that pretty much takes care of this. I got one more spot over here. Okay. So, you know, designs that have like really big polish areas, it's perfect. You know, you don't really have to just kind of stay in the lines, I guess. Okay. So here is what our finished look looks like. Okay. And now I am going to go ahead and top it with our smudge free. Can't do anything without the smudge free, especially when you're stamping, just to protect your stamping. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay, so 80s, 90s-ish, what kind of cartoons were y'all watching? I always go to gummy bears. Definitely a child of after school cartoons. So Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. What else? What else? What else? Darkwing Duck, definitely a fan favorite. DuckTales, I think that was the 80s, but DuckTales. Did I say Rescue Rangers? Care Bears, yes, of course. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I guess there was a version of Scooby-Doo, but I know Scooby-Doo is real old school. Hanna-Barbera kind of stuff, right? Rocco's. Okay, so here you go. This is the final look with the top coat. Give me some hearts if you guys love this design. And now you guys will be able to recreate this for yourself. So you could do, you know, a regular checkered design with the black and white, or you can kind of spice it up with some neon, really fun colors. Well, I hope this really kind of inspires you to get creative and make your own checkered, you know, 90s inspired nails. Please don't forget to tag us. Would really love to see your guys' nails as well and see what kind of color combinations you guys come up with. But I think that's gonna conclude today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and be kind, guys. Take care. Bye.